Yo, what was this about Joe Biden deploying the military? 500 million tests were going to be shipped out by the military, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get in front of Omicron or some shit like that. But why is it that in places, deep blue places, New York City, New Jersey, defying Biden's testing site expansion by closing 13 different testing clinics? Yeah, people are tired of this shit. It's really fucking done, dude. It's like now it's actually starting to hit the places where nobody cares anymore. Okay, it's really it's sad to see, even though your elites that are out there are just really trying to push it and really trying to make it seem like Omicron's really, this is gonna be the one, guys. You gotta lock down again for this one. But a runny nose and maybe a little bit of a dry cough just doesn't really do it for you. Yeah, it's going to be tough to hold on to this insanity much longer. That's why they're ever more so becoming more desperate with what they're saying now. Okay, all the pretense is gone. Okay, the mask is completely fallen off and shattered. 13 urgent care medical clinics closed in New York City and New Jersey on Wednesday, defying President Biden's promise on Tuesday to expand Omicron testing sites throughout the region. Why is that? Fewer people care. Something like that. CityMD, an urgent care medical clinic which participates in testing New Jersey and New York state residents for Coof, has closed 13 clinics due to labor shortages fueled by the Omicron variant. Oh no, closed by labor shortages and an impending vaccine mandate? Wow, who could have possibly seen that coming? To preserve our ability to staff our sites, we are temporarily closing certain locations effective tomorrow, December 22nd. It is our hope that closing sites now will be best allowing us to avoid future closures as surge continues. Whatever, the closures will take place in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Long Island, Manhattan, Queens, Westchester, and New Jersey. But if you live out on Staten Island, don't worry about it. And who even knows if those testing sites are up there anyways. But you'd have plenty of healthcare workers if you didn't decide to kick a few thousand of them to the curb earlier in the month. Just saying. Thank you for your patience. Oh, God. What is this? Just a automatic robotic response from an auto dialer? What is this? Thank you for your patience and for your appreciation of our hardworking teams who are coping with the extraordinary demand in the midst of the holiday season. CityMD continued. Mayor Bill de Blasio, there it is, says the city's big New Year's Eve event will move forward so long as we can do it safety. But don't worry, there's still a week where you can backtrack on that. But he'll still be out there with his wife, and he'll be the one dancing in New York, or I'm sorry, Times Square, for the second year in a row. How romantic. Anyways, yeah, so what's the gimmick with the Coof? Yeah, I teased this in the previous video as well, but there's a study on Omicron, and this one comes out of the UK. And yeah, not even Ron DeSantis was correct on this, and yeah, it's shit that's been talked about and bandied about by different healthcare officials that are out there. Talked about New York City's one. It's like, yeah, no, this wave this time around, yeah, fewer hospitalizations than we've seen previously, but I don't know what the fuck all this shit is about. Omicron patients less likely to require hospital care. You don't say. Wow, you're telling me people are managing them runny noses? Who could have possibly seen that coming? People who get infected with the Omicron variant are less likely to require hospital care, according to the UK study published Wednesday. Researchers from the Imperial College of London estimated that Omicron patients were 20 to 25% less likely to need hospital care, to 40 to 45% less to be hospitalized for one night or more when compared to patients with the Delta variant. Which was what? Okay, at the end of the day, what was the Delta variant? Because now, oh my god, up to 90% of new infections are from Omicron in certain places. Cool, don't care. At the end of the day, what was the new gimmicks and what were the new bells and whistles for Delta? Oh, it was more transmissible. Can you back up any of that? Nope, it was more transmissible. Cool. They arrived at the estimates by analyzing data from all Coof cases in England between December 1st and 14th, and was determined by positive polymerase chain reaction test. Are you telling me they're relying on information from PCR tests? Interesting. Take that information and do with it what you will. The researchers also estimated that natural immunity, oh no, you can't talk about that, shut it down, or protection from a prior infection reduces the risk of hospitalization by 50%. And the risk of a hospital stay of 1 night or more by 61%. Cool. So recognize natural immunity when? Oh, never, because they got pills to push. More on that in a second. People vaccinated with the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines, but what about Johnson & Johnson? To be fair, it's not available over the pond. They have enough blood clot issues. Had a similar or higher risk for hospitalization with a new strain, while people who got the AstraZeneca vaccine had a lower risk. Oh, but it's safe and effective. What the hell? Limitations of the study include the short time period studied by a lack of data or unreported reasons for hospitalizations, which in some cases may be unrelated to the Coof. Yeah, no shit. That's why we keep hearing about more people who, oh my God, finally somebody died. And I think it was, Texas or somewhere with that? Yeah, they died with the Omicron variant. Not because of it. Okay, and it was headline news that finally one person died in the United Kingdom with Omicron. Not because of it, but with it. Okay, cool. Can we get some more information on that? Can we get some background information? Yeah, sure. They died with it. Anything else? Nope. Okay, cool. We see where this is going. Our analysis shows evidence of a moderate reduction in the risk of hospitalizations associated with the Omicron variant compared to the Delta variant. However, this appears to be offset by the reduced efficacy of vaccines against infections with the Omicron variant. Interesting. Authors received funding from several institutes, including the UK's National Institute for Health Research. But how much money from Big Pharma? Probably none. That's why it's so detrimental. It's like, fuck, can't more people be going to the hospital? We need to sell more jabs. Please help. Omicron was first identified in South Africa last month, and it's already petering out in its epicenter. UK analysis provides further evidence of Omicron causing less severe cases of the Coof. South Africa has recorded a major drop in hospitalizations rates during the Omicron field wave compared to the wave powered by infections caused by Delta. So, listening to a few different virologists and immunologists, this is the way that virus mutation tends to go, okay? Like, it always starts off at its worst, okay? And that's when people, yes, we're dropping dead, okay? Rely on the numbers at your own peril, of course, okay? Do your own research. It's always what I recommend. I just provide you with what I see. And then where things go from here, it's like, oh, okay, then they start to mutate in order to maintain and promulgate the replication of the virus. Okay, so it wants to become more infectious, and then it just might shed off some different symptoms or the side effects of catching the virus. And then eventually it just has to shed off so many symptoms and side effects of infection where, yeah, okay, it's really negligible. Because we're all carrying around different germs. We're all carrying around different viruses, okay? It's just how your immune system reacts to it. If you've been infected with it before, if you carry the antibodies around with you, if you have the pathways in which your immune system can properly fight against the disease, you're not going to see any ill effects on yourself. You could still be carrying it around, okay? Even if I had 9 fucking jabs, all right? I could still transmit it. I could still carry it around. It's like, oh, you got a weightlifter's belt on? Oh, I bet your back doesn't hurt. Yeah, but my shoulders are killing me. Stop it. You're anti-science. It's just been known forever. But you know what? Hey, there's a difference between studied, researched science and the science. And a reason why this pandemic's not going to end anytime soon, at least in the foreseeable, in the near future, within a couple of months' time, is because they got some fucking pills to peddle, my guys. Okay, we were talking about this antiviral. Oh, it's gonna stop hospitalizations, even though the virus itself is kind of mutating to be at a point where it's naturally stopping hospitalizations. Not completely, right? But whatever. The FDA authorizes Pfizer's COVID-19 pill weeks after landing a $5 billion deal with the Biden administration. Wow, who could have possibly seen this coming? I'm going to guess this is probably Emergency Use Authorization Act that probably authorized this, so can't be suing Pfizer for any of that money back. They earned it fair and square. But hey, again, if you want to take these pills, fucking go for it. Do whatever the hell you want, but don't be trying to sneak it into anything, okay? Don't be trying to mandate these pills as well. Oh, if you don't want to take the vaccine, you got to be on a steady diet. You got to be on a steady dose of pills. You know what happens when you take a bunch of pills regularly, okay? You disrupt your gut biome, and you start to fuck around with that shit, and it's very, very, very costly to your overall health, okay? The research that goes into the gut biome, what has been producing over just the past decade, is very mind-boggling shit. And it's something that I talk about a lot on my second channel. If you want more on that, a lot less cursing, a lot less high, well, this isn't really terribly high energy, but a lot more deliberate pace that's over there. If you like that kind of stuff, feel free. The link's always in, the description box or some shit like that. I don't know where the fuck it is nowadays. YouTube keeps changing shit. Have you guys noticed this on your mobile device where, like, the channel's homepage, any channel's homepage is just, like, aesthetically awful now? But whatever, I'm rambling on. Food and Drug Administration on December 22nd, that's today, granted emergency use authorization to Pfizer's COVID-19 treatment pill, coming about a month after the federal government announced it would purchase 10 million courses of the drug. Wow. The pill, Paxlovid, is taken twice per day for 5 days in combination with a second medicine called ritonavir. Ritonavir? Sure. Classified as a generic antiviral drug. Wow, why don't we talk about another generic drug? No, you can't talk about that one because it's far cheaper and they didn't buy 10 million courses of it. Okay, the drug is aimed to help patients who are suffering from mild to moderate Coof symptoms. Wow. That doesn't seem to be happening with this new variant, but whatever. Okay. And becoming sick so that they need hospitalization. It's going to stop them from getting hospitalized, I guess, at some rate. Don't really care. Today's authorization introduced the first treatment for Coof. That is in the form of a pill to be taken orally. A major step forward in the fight against this global pandemic, which we stand to make a lot of money on, so we're not going to try to end it anytime soon. The drug available via only prescription can be initiated as soon as possible following a positive diagnosis of the Coof. The authorization provides a new tool to combat COVID at a crucial time in the pandemic. It's always a crucial time. It's never not going to be a crucial time. I'm tired of reading this shit. As the new variants emerge and promises to make antiviral treatments. Don't care. But the pill isn't designed for use as a pre-exposure or post-exposure prevention. What the fuck? So use it while you're sick. It'll make you less sick, apparently. Biden administration had already purchased some 10 million courses of Paxlovid, say it right, I guess, in a more than $5 billion agreement. Wow. In November, the White House announced that the federal government would work to ensure treatments are free and accessible for the general public. Yeah, but you know how many Congress members have a lot of stock in Pfizer, and you know how much advertisement Pfizer buys on mainstream media? That's why this shit isn't going to end anytime soon. All you got to do is just follow the money. That's what a couple of young entrepreneurs are doing to certain Democrat representatives in deep blue areas. And yeah, it's funny how this shit kind of happens back to back, but that's what we're going to be talking about next. Somebody's out there doing some late Christmas shopping, I guess, at gunpoint. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.